Awesome. Okay, so Vlad, let's just start. Like, can you tell everyone what you do, what's your background, and just a little bit about yourself?
Hey everyone, I'm Vlad. I am an entrepreneur myself for the past 9 years. I started a startup at the age of 19 when I moved to another country with two of my friends so that we went for an accelerator program with my business in Eastern Europe. So we started Plannable. It is a collaboration platform for teams and agencies. I've been building this company for the past 9 years, and at the same time, for the past 3.5 years, I'm building something that started just as a very small passion project, just a simple idea that I wanted to just record and publish pieces of content on Instagram, talking about personal finance. But very quickly, this has grown into a full-fledged business that has started growing. And for the past 3.5 years, I'm known on social as at minimalisto.eu, where I talk about personal finance and I help people become financially independent.
Awesome. Yeah, very impressive, very busy guy, and yeah, it's been amazing to see sort of what you've done with it. So when you first sort of found me, you were lacking the system on the monetization side of things, possibly the content side of things. Once you put it in place, my sort of system, what happened?
Yeah, so I remember that I personally reached out to you because I was specifically looking for help. I felt like I was at the point where I need someone to just look at me because I'm still thinking about this, that I felt like a hamster just spinning in the wheel. And, I'm doing my stuff. I've been doing this for 3 years. I feel like, okay, this is the next level. And I felt like once you reach 3 years of a business, it's definitely time to start thinking upwards. And I was looking actually actively for a coach. And what I loved about you is that I actually could I was following you on social for quite some time, and then I just reached out to you on email and I told you, okay, help and review, if you remember my email. And I told you the entire business. You just told me to hop on a call. And then I resonated a lot in the first discovery call what I did because it felt like we're on the same page. We have kind of the same vibes, like buying the coach, not the coaching system. So it definitely felt very helpful. When I came to you, my business was struggling because I previously was doing well, but now in 2024, probably due to inflation, macroeconomics, purchasing powers declining, and people just not investing in educational product, but investing more into actual like basic needs like housing and food. I felt like my business is crumbling and I could not find a solution for that. I implemented something and I was hoping that this is going to work, but it actually just kind of destroyed a part of my business. And I was like, okay, I need someone to help. So I came to you specifically for upgrading the business. And what I loved about is just what you did for my business completely changed not only the business, but also my lifestyle, lots of my thinking, my mindset, and unlocked things in just 2 weeks of working with you.
That's so kind. And yeah, I remember it well, your first email. And yeah, it was a pleasure. Things happened a lot quicker than I think even you and me expected. So if you're happy to talk numbers, what were you doing coming into the program and where did you get to, you know, sort of 4 weeks in or a few weeks in?
So I was sort of doubling my business year over year when I started. So in 2022, I did around 25K in euros. In 23, I did no, so 50K in 22, and in 23 around 100K a year, but from lots of educational products. So I had multiple different courses pre-recorded on Teachable. I also had my one-to-one sessions. I also had affiliate programs. I was doing a lot of things. So in 2024, I invested a lot in launching my book. I spent probably like 10K. And before going into your program, I had 9K euros in my bank account as a cash flow by the end of the year. And the amount was just decreasing month over month because my courses were not bringing any money. I'm absolutely not, I was not selling almost anything for the past 3 years. I crashed my business through the book because people started buying my book instead of buying my 300 euros courses. And I was just not understanding what does not work. So again, just to sum up, I did almost 100K in 2023, but by the time we were speaking, I was doing probably around 20K just in 2024 year to date, so around July 2024. In just 2 weeks of working with Nick, because he pushed me onto, okay, so let's do your coaching program. Let's do a system that you can actually scale and do less work, but more meaningful work. In 2 weeks since I started the program, I had contracts signed, not sure about the money in the bank, but contracts signed valued at 20K. So I did in 2 weeks with Nick more than I did the entire year in 2024. In 4 weeks alone with Nick, I did around 45K, so 40K in programs from 9 people that have signed up for the program. And now, even without evolving the offers, even without doing anything, from time to time, I'm doing some discovery calls for the program. And for example, I did 2 calls last week. One of them just signed up for the program without any extra effort for me, just because someone has reached out to me. I use the same systems with Nick, but I also have now a ton of people on the wait list, a ton of people expecting me to launch the new cohort, a ton of people with great testimonials that I already work with right now. So yeah, lots of exciting things.
That's amazing. Well, yeah, thanks, and for putting your trust in me at the start. I knew we'd be able to get it done, but it was amazing to see you sort of fly so quickly. Um, what would you say to people that are 2 steps behind you in terms of monetization?
So in terms of monetization, first of all, I'm I definitely want to encourage them to look for a coach. And I'm the kind of person that I was not thinking that I'm gonna work with a coach. So trust me, I was not even thinking that I'm not even saying that people would buy a high ticket coaching from me, but I was also not expecting to buy it from someone else. I heard it from my friends that were doing it, and I was always constantly thinking like, this is BS. There is no way they're teaching you something that is not, it's not already available on the internet for free. But what's changed this is, first of all, your biggest value personally for me is not only your knowledge, of course, this is the first one that has really helped me, but the second one is actually just having someone on the same team with you, especially if you're a solopreneur, someone that I can actually look outside of your business and just think like, okay, Vlad, just scratch everything that you did. You've done well. Just praise yourself. Trust me, you've done incredibly well, but this is just the way that you do it now. And it completely shifted my mind. It completely shifted. I unlocked so many limiting beliefs that I had before. And for someone with 2 steps behind, definitely experimenting, definitely trying out to see, not waiting for a magical amount of followers to start monetizing. If you have 100 followers, if you have 1,000 followers, if you have 10K followers, start monetizing now, no matter the stage and the thing that you are in. Create lead magnets. What helped me, for example, is I did a free course and then I actually launched my flagship course. That definitely helped. Consider writing a book in the future. This helps a ton your expertise, and this put a ton of trust into your audience. But this is an incredibly big effort. So just have a ton of patience into building a very good product for if you ever launch a book.
Perfect. So, also a bit more of a personal decision question. When you decided to invest in G3, like my program, what was what was the thing that sort of made you jump? So you were thinking about it and then you just decided, yeah, like what was the reason?
So if you remember, I was like, I was very much struggling with this decision because this is the biggest amount of money I ever spent on an educational product, and I bought courses myself. I bought educational courses before. I purchased many books. I read a lot, or read previously before having a child, and I was investing a lot in my education. I constantly think that education is like the biggest investment that you can ever do, and I'm saying this as a personal finance educator. But what made me do that is, first of all, it felt like, so first of all, you reached out back to me once I sent you an email. So we just had a call. I felt like you were a genuinely nice guy that actually wants my good, not just trying to sign up someone for the program and sort of like scam people. This is the first thing. The second one is that we were constantly talking in the first couple of days before signing up the program. I was asking you, like, okay, but do you really believe that someone will pay me for this amount of high ticket coaching program? And you were like, man, I would be disappointed if at least 3 people do not sign up during the 90 days as we work with. And again, for everyone listening this, I signed up 5 people in my first 2 weeks of working with Nick, not launching my program, but working with Nick. So from 0 to 1 in a very fast amount of time. And the third one is that I knew and I felt like you definitely have expertise into growing accounts. So I've been following you probably for at least a year before signing up for your program or personally reaching out to you. I've seen how you grow. I followed you on that thing where you grow nameless, faceless accounts on TikTok. So this is how we connected personally. I was like, okay, so like this guy is pretty smart, so he can do things like from scratch. This is not just because his face or his expertise or anything. And I was like, if you can grow like a no-name brand with no face, with no anything, like you might probably have some systems that can help me. And yeah, it was the fourth thing is just like I never had someone consult me on this business specifically. I was constantly doing things on my own. I was trying to always save money on this and that. I was trying to do things completely from scratch and learning myself and looking through courses, but there is just so much that you can learn from pre-recorded materials versus someone like diving deep into your business and telling you, okay, this is what works, this is what doesn't, this is what you do more, this is what you do less, this is where you stop. And you did all of that for me as a business, and it felt like once you gave me the systems and the programs, after that I had so many new problems, just like you said.
Yeah, and that is what I class as a sort of transformative offer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't create more problems for you, and I know you've learned that now through even taking your clients through their transformations, which yeah, it's special. So kind. You didn't have to do this, so thank you very much for taking the time to answer those questions. Where can people find you if they want to follow along and get educated on personal finance? Yeah.
You can reach out to me on Instagram. I'm Vlad at Minimalisto, Vlad Kalis, or at minimalisto.eu. I'm doing my content in Romanian, but my systems work no matter the language and no matter the country you're in. If you're in Europe, I'm more than happy to get you started with personal finance. If you probably worked with Nick, yes, please reach out because you might probably be making a ton of new money. So you might have to invest it wisely. So yeah, more than happy to help.
Perfect. Vlad, thank you very much for your time. And yeah, we'll chat soon.
Of course, sounds good. Thank you.